Hello everyone, and Happy New Year, Happy 2020. Hope everyone had a great holiday season. I want to give you a couple of tips on how to pick up some music very inexpensively. And this first tip is from a unexpected source and one that gets a lot of bashing in the vinyl community. And that's Barnes & Noble. After the holidays, Barnes & Noble had a clearance sale, which is actually still going on, of 50% off some of their titles. And this one is a Barnes & Noble exclusive. This is Sonny Rollins' What's New, originally issued on the RCA Victor label. You can see the notation for RCA Victor is still in place, and this is presented in clear yellow colored vinyl. Was mastered from the original analog tapes by Bernie Grundman, pressed on 180 gram audiophile grade vinyl in Germany. And I picked this up for $13 and change. I am a member of Barnes & Noble. Unfortunately, membership doesn't do you any good on clearance, but 50% is 50%. So I picked up this great title for $13 and change, and looking forward to it. Next, I'm going to go to one of my favorite venues, which is Restore, the Habitat for Humanity thrift shop, and I'll show you what I picked up there yesterday. Picked up this beautiful stack of 45s. If you follow my channel, I've mentioned elsewhere I'm not a huge 45 collector. They're kind of a pain in the butt, not only to handle but also to clean. And well, long story short, this stash was so darn good, I just couldn't resist. There was one guy, and when you go to thrift stores, one thing that I recommend that you do is be observant of people who have their carriages already filled with stuff and are picking through things, and you can tell if there's a good haul there or not. So I watched this one guy. He probably had about 60 of these things in his carriage, and he was picking through pretty good. What I found is most of these were promotional copies, and also were in jukeboxes, because I found a label for Sterling Label Company, which it turns out they make they made the little tags that went into the jukeboxes. So anyways, we'll go through these. The Voice, Cab Calloway. Love adding Cab Calloway to any collection, any format. Willie Nelson, I Gotta Get Drunk, from the album What Can You Do to Me Now? I think Willie Nelson has a gorgeous voice. You know, it's funny because he's so unorthodox, but I just think his voice is so expressive. And like Johnny Cash, who had an expressive voice, I think they made up for maybe their limited technical skills with an authentication and a delivery that people can relate to. So I think his voice is gorgeous, but that's just me. Hank Williams Jr., Whiskey Bent and Hellbound. Flip side is OD'd in Denver. I'm sure it's referring to one of his drunken rampages, but not a big Hank Williams Jr. fan. Of course, I love his father, Hank Williams, but What the heck? These were all 10 cents a piece, by the way. Belle of the Ball, Waylon Jennings. In stereo. Flip side, Luckenbach, Texas. Back to the Basics of Love, Waylon Jennings. I had a beautiful time, Merle Haggard. This time I really do. Now, I watched the Ken Burns miniseries on country music, so I'm not a huge country music fan, but I became a fan of some of these artists, and Merle Haggard was one of them. Just an overall colossal talent, like Willie Nelson, I think, and just an authentic voice. This is a fun one. Maria Muldaur, Midnight at the Oasis, kind of a novelty song. This was an oddity, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, a memorial album, and I'm guessing this is from that original 33 that you always see out there in thrift stores, but this is a 45. Be curious to listen to what passages are on it. Of course, same content on the other side. Not a Jimmy Buffett fan, but here we go. Margaritaville. Tattletale Eyes, George Jones and Tammy Wynette. Of course, the Ken Burns miniseries highlighted their volatile relationship, but when they recorded together, magic happened. And George Jones, he could have recorded classical, and I'd still say he's got an incredible voice, as did his ex-wife. Tammy Wynette could absolutely belt. So if you haven't watched that miniseries yet, I would highly recommend that you do. This is a promotional copy of Willie Nelson's My Heroes Have Always Been Cowboys from the Electric Horseman. This side is in stereo. This side is in mono. I'm sorry, I screwed up. Both are in stereo. Same song on both sides. Demonstration not for sale. Willie Nelson, Mona Lisa. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. This is from Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Glenn Miller, In the Mood on RCA Victor. Flip side is A String of Pearls. Moonlight Serenade with a star on it, which is kind of odd. Sunrise Serenade, the flip side. And here you've got a newer version of it, also on RCA Victor. Kind of cool. Waylon Jennings, Clyde. Right away, I recognized the Waylon logo, which was kind of neat. Flip side is I Came Here to Party, Waylon Jennings. And there she is, Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man. I Stayed Long Enough, the B-side. Of course, this recording is I guess is a pillar of the country music genre and a game changer. All 2 minutes and 34 seconds of it. And the woman had an incredible voice. Pretty Paper, Willie Nelson. Of course, he wrote that song. I believe Roy Orbison recorded it. what a Merry Christmas this could be is the flip side. This was kind of cool. I have their LPs, Bad Company, Rock and Roll Fantasy. Crazy Circles is the B-side. On the Swan Song label, which of course was Led Zeppelin's label. In the Mood, Glenn Miller. String of Pearls on the B-side. And another promotional, Willie Nelson, Blue Skies. This is the one. This side is in mono, and that side is in stereo. Another white label promotional Willie Nelson. So that was my haul from yesterday. These were 10 cents a piece, so $2, and then 13 and change for the Sonny Rollins Barnes & Noble discs. So we did pretty well yesterday for a Saturday. That's all I've got to show you. Take care for now, and once again, happy 2020. Hope you have a great year. Looking forward to see what this year has in store. Take care for now.